The show was taken back into London in 2015, and I was very lucky because Andrew Lloyd Webber called me and said, I want to take the show back into London, into the famous London Palladium. He said, but I'd like to get back my original creative partners, John Napier, the designer, and Dame Gillian Lynn, the choreographer, and just do some revisions and some changes. He introduced a couple of new numbers, he changed some of the music, she changed some of the choreography, John did a few bits and pieces and changes to the set, and that's very much the production that we're bringing here. So it is slightly revised, so those who know it well, I'd be interested to see after the show that say to me, I saw that, I've spotted that bit, I spotted that bit. So yes, this is very much the current version of Cats that did London Palladium and then went to Broadway, and this is the revised one. So when we were looking to bring Cats here, Carlos called me up and said, look, you know, I'd like to help, I'd like to show you how it works here, I'd like to make sure that you sell lots of tickets, and I believed him.
And I'll prove it.
And he's proving it.
Exactly.
So yeah, we've worked together in lots of ways around the world on different shows, but we've never actually done one with Carlos as my lead producer and lead partner in a venue. Joanna has played Grizabella for me several times over the years, and I've always wanted to bring the show to Manila, and I'd always said to her, I only want to do Manila if you're available to play Grizabella when you do it, so we've got to get our diaries together. And when Carlos came along and said I can make the show happen,
Right.
And this is when we can do it, my first call was to Joanna and say, are you free? She said yes,
Right.
and it was like, great, we can bring her home to Philippines
Right.
to play Grizabella here. So yes, it was always the intention. I think it's a city that loves its musical theatre. You know, it's had shows before. Carlos had told me of the shows that, you know, that had been here and that had been successful. And I knew Phantom of the Opera had been here recently and was extremely successful. And I think Matilda is coming up. And so when you've got a great city and a great country that loves its musical theatre, and me as a producer has got Cats, which I think is one of the great shows of all time, you want to put them together.